Hello and Happy New Year. So, I'm going to shut the door actually. Shut that door. Hello and welcome to 2018. Where to start with a new year? This is not the way to start a new video for a new year. Let me start again. Okay. Happy New Year! So, whatever you did, whether you have a... My goodness, I've tried so many intros to this. I'm so out of practice with having a sit-down video. Basically, I wanted to say, firstly, to anyone that commented on a video, anyone that watched one of my videos, anyone that kind of sent me messages, interacted in any way over 2017, thank you so much. I always say this, but it really is what makes YouTube worthwhile. That interaction I get just helps me so much, not only to feel motivated to post videos, but just to feel a bit happier. I like chatting to you guys, and I know I'm not always great at keeping up to date on replying to things. Sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming, but please know I do read them all and I try my best, and I really appreciate them. So anyone that's stuck with me and is going to join me through 2018, firstly, lots of love, thank you. Let's talk about the year ahead, shall we? I wrote a blog post yesterday which is kind of covering what I hope to do a bit differently in the new year, and it was all kind of related to one thing, and it was freedom. I'll just cover it a bit quickly before I just talk about the channel some more. This year, because I'm a fully fledged woman now, it's time to feel comfortable in my skin. I want to feel a bit freer when it comes to my body, the way I present it and the way I dress. It might sound like a weird thing to say, but a lot of people that know me or my friends have often wondered why I'm always so covered up. Like, yes, you've seen me in a bikini a few times, but that was a big deal for me to do that. I'm someone that doesn't usually wear low-cut tops. I don't really wear short dresses. I'm always fairly covered up. And that's, I think, for a number of reasons. But do you know what? This year, if I want to and if I feel comfortable to, I really want to just try and embrace body a bit more and what I've got. Yes, there's wobbly bits. Yes, I've got thread veins and even varicose veins starting to appear. I'm usually covered in bruises, and I've got a fair amount of cellulite, and my boobs are starting to point down. But everyone always says, like, when they're older, they wish they realised or just kind of made the most of what they had when they were younger. And before I leave the young bracket, I want to kind of do that. So yeah, you might see me in a few more, I won't say sexy, because even if they're sexy outfits, I won't make them sexy, but I don't know, a bit more, there might be a bit more figure hugging, might be a bit more flesh bearing. I just don't want to be as restrictive. I don't want to be like, oh, I can't wear that because it's a bit too much chest showing. I want to just, if I like it, I'm going to wear it. That's what I'm saying now anyway, that might change. I want to be freer in terms of not letting my anxiousness and my nerves stop me from making the most out of situations that I'm in. I get to do some amazing things, but sometimes I don't get the enjoyment out of them that I could or perhaps should, because I'm worrying about things. I'm worrying whether I look silly, or I'm worrying about whether my outfit doesn't look good on me. I'm worrying if I've said the wrong thing to someone, or I'm going to say the wrong thing to someone. I'm worrying about that awkward hug I did 10 minutes ago. I just want to let it all go a bit this year and just be like, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Obviously, if it was that easy, I would have done it years ago, but I'm really going to try and make a conscious effort to be that more carefree person, because the things I believe in and the way I think is quite free-spirited and, I guess, hippie, as some people would say. But the way I behave doesn't portray that, because I'm constantly people-pleasing or worrying about judgment and stuff. And I just want to live the life that I want to lead and not be concerned too much with outside opinion the whole time. So that's a big change I want to try and make this year. Obviously, I've been trying to do this for probably just under a decade now, but I do want to move out. I think it's really important to my personal growth and happiness and our relationship to be able to do that. So I'm really going to try hard to find a way to do that. I don't know how. Like, I don't know whether we'll have to rent like a tiny room somewhere in a dodgy area to be able to do it, or I don't know. I don't know what form it will take, but I really want this to be the year we find a way, even if it's just for a few months, just to have a bit of respite from the current situation. Maybe that's the solution. And I also, ideally, would like to be in a position where I have the freedom to travel. So that involves, you know, my health being good and looking after myself health-wise, and also having the finances to be able to have a holiday this year. I've said this many times, but I'm so lucky to have travelled as much as I have and be in a position where my body allows me to travel. But last year when I didn't have a holiday, it really brought home how important it is to me in terms of getting through a year, having that thing to look forward to, that benchmark date that, you know, you gear up to and think, oh, I've got all this horrible stuff to get through first, all this work, this pressure and stuff, but then I can enjoy myself. And not having that, I did find it hard to stay, you know, buoyed up and hopeful and happy. So I really want to try and see if I can put some money aside into a little holiday fund to ensure that that is possible this year. Last year I didn't know how dire the situation was going to be, so I wasn't prepared, and I hadn't been putting things aside. I just presumed, you know, when summer came I might be able to do it, and things don't work like that. So I need to be a bit more forward thinking and prepare and put money aside for that too. Anyway, blah. That's just a few things that I want to do differently this year. Please tell me below the things that you are thinking about doing differently as well. I'm sure I'm going to be talking about them a whole lot more on my blog as well, so make sure you go there. I think I've said that already. I sound like I'm an advert for my blog right now, which is not cool, but anyway, go to my blog, please. So the channel, I've got to be honest, I don't have a huge plan for it. I don't have this huge strategy about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. I think I'll continue with the vlogs, because even though none of my videos are beginners, but even though they're quite low viewed videos, I seem to get decent interaction on them, which makes me think that they do offer something to you guys, whether it's just escapism or something to have in the background, you know, when you're doing work or cooking or whatever. That's fine by me, by the way. So I'll continue doing them, and they're actually not too taxing for me to do. In terms of editing and stuff, they're fairly simple, so even on a tired week I might be able to manage that. I also want to bring back the group therapy videos, but for this year I want to do them differently. As I said a few minutes ago, for me it's all about the interaction, and I'd like to involve you in the actual video a bit more. So I want to invite you guys from today to start sending in little video clips of you asking the question you have. Now it can be like a Q&A type question if you want, or it could be a question about something you're going through, something that you need advice on, something that you just want to talk about with fellow viewers or me. Anything that's on your mind, just send it in a video. It could just be a crappy phone video, it can be as grainy as you like, it can be shot on a potato, whatever, it's fine. But I just thought it'd be nice for you to be in the video and not just be a bit of text and a little avatar photo, you know? It might be a bit more fun that way as well to watch. But obviously if you're not comfortable with being in a video, totally get it, feel free to send a question as well. I just thought having your faces, your lovely faces in the video might jazz the series up a little bit. What else? In terms of the mental health content on my channel, I don't want to regurgitate, I don't want to go over the same ground again and again, and I don't want to take advantage of other people's situations with mental health. So I want to think of a sensitive way to, you know, still cover it on the channel, but not do it just for the sake of it. I want to do it if it's actually going to give you new information or help you in a different way or introduce you to a different way of thinking. So that's something I'm going to ponder for a little while. If you've got any ideas, put them below, of course. And health-wise, I think last year was a bit of an eye-opener for me in terms of what putting yourself out on social media and YouTube can do, and it wasn't all good. If you put yourself out there, people will of course say, well, it's fair game then, we can be honest with her back and say what we think. And to an extent that's true, but I do think a lot of us YouTubers felt that last year at times it got a bit to a phase where we weren't allowed to defend ourselves or that people could say what they like, and because they were entitled to have an opinion, we couldn't defend ourselves if we thought that what they were saying was unjust or unfair. And I got that in terms of my health videos, because obviously people see me in the videos going to premieres and doing lots of events and stuff, and they kind of thought I didn't have a right to want some financial help, or talk about having an illness. And that led me to the blog post about, you know, illness isn't a competition, which please read if you haven't. I'm hoping it will get people thinking a bit more about how they approach people with different severities of illnesses. But yeah, it made me scared to talk about it anymore, to be honest. I was extremely hurt actually by some of the comments, and like I was saying to Sai, I don't care if someone says you've got bad legs, or you're ugly, or your hair's awful, which I get occasionally. But this one was someone really like challenging my integrity and my heart and who I am as a person, and that really upset me. So I'm feeling actually a little bit guarded about talking about personal issues now, which is a real shame, because that's what I really wanted my channel to be about, to be very honest and being very candid with you guys about the ups and downs of life and the ups and downs of health and chronic illness and depression and all that sort of stuff. And now I'm not sure whether I'm strong enough to do that, knowing how I reacted when I got quite a lot of negativity last year. So I think for the time being at least, I'll include it in my vlogs and stuff, the reality of what's going on, but I won't perhaps do that many standalone videos on the subject for now, until I think of something that I genuinely think will be helpful to you or worth chatting about. So whether I found things that are helping me, or you know, any research developments that I can share, things like that, I will do them. But for now, I can't think of a reason to have a sit-down video about that. I'm hoping to do a bit more fashion and beauty content this year. I've bought some backdrops, as you can see here. I've contacted some photographers just to get rates and things like that, to see if, you know, if I get budgets from brands and things like that, whether I could afford to get someone to help me with the videos rather than self-shooting everything. And just create a more, you know, high-end polished finish on the things I do, because as you guys seen from the world of blogging, YouTube, like, it's magazine quality now. It's like some of them are even better than the magazines that we've read for years. Like, it's so professional. Now I'm a bit torn about whether that's a good thing or bad thing, but the reality is brands are putting you up against these people. So if your content is a bit rough around the edges, which mine tends to be, then you're already starting on the back foot. So I would like to be in a position where it's slightly closer to being a level playing field. So if I can get some lovely creatives to get involved, then that'll be fun for me, and at least I won't have like side telling me off for being awkward on camera, and I won't be having to risk my camera being stolen by having it on a tripod in the middle of the street. So that could be a real big improvement and big help for me if I can find budget to do that. Obviously I love music and I love film, but it's so hard to come up with new ways of expressing that on a channel. Like, you'll do something, and then because of the nature of YouTube, it is about being inspired by others, looking at trends and stuff. Inevitably, they get repeated by other channels or copied, or something that's very close to what you're doing, and then the joy is somehow sapped out of it slightly. So to come up with new ways to present a love or a passion for something is quite hard. So I do want to talk about music, and I do want to talk about film and art, but I've got to work out a way to do it that will be entertaining for you, fun for me to make, and also not just be same old run-of-the-mill stuff. So any ideas again? Hello. How long have I been talking? Oh god, too long again. I think I'll wrap this up. But first of all, I'm going to give you a few more days to enter the giveaway that was on the Choose Kind video. So the rule is there. Just leave a comment below and let me know something you did that's kind over the festive period. And then you'll be in the running to win some of these goodies. So we've got I went to Instagram HQ and they gave me a tote bag, and inside is an Instagram hoodie, which is in the size medium. We've got this limited edition Lush orangutan soap, and they only made an amount of these that's the same amount of orangutans that are left. So once they're sold out, they're gone forever. Then I'm going to give you a full set of my greetings cards that I got printed at the end of the year. There's 7 of those. And I'm going to add some like beauty goodies and some film paraphernalia that I've gotten in goodie bags over the last 12 months. So it should be a nice little package of cool things. God, this is why I'm not on TV, guys. Also, I want to do a shout out to I'm Still Me, who's a Mexican YouTuber. We've been talking for a while via Instagram and various things, and she asked if I could do a shout out, and of course I said I'd oblige because she's someone that's dealing with chronic illnesses, and obviously the healthcare she has where she is very different to what we have over here. So she needs your support as well, and she's talking very openly and fiercely about her illness and just life in general, and she's full of energy and full of zest despite everything. So go and give her a follow. I'll put her link below. Please let me know in the comments below what you're hoping to do differently this year, or things you want to change up, or how you want to be. Maybe any goals or dreams you have. Of course, I welcome any tips or ideas in terms of things you want to see on the channel. This is about you as much as it is about me, if not more, probably. So I want to create content that you want to click on and you want to watch, and I want to see those views go up and my numbers go up, and just enjoy the experience as much as possible being on YouTube. So yeah, feedback welcome, be nice though, and let's have a happy, hopefully more healthy and contented 2018, and deal with anything that comes at us, which it will inevitably come at us at some point, and just bat it away as much as possible and keep on going. So yeah, bye.